Hello, Josh, Sam, and anyone else who's watching. Welcome to Swindon't you forget about me. Um, let's dive straight in, shall we? So the last video we recorded was the Forest Green and Sheffield Wednesday games. The unfortunate home draw against Sheffield Wednesday in the third round of the FA Cup has meant that the next set of fixtures is a little bit troublesome. We did follow that up with a quite sensational victory over Chelsea, 1-0, thanks to a Philip Riedel header, who is on a hot streak of goal-scoring form, relatively speaking, has put us 5th in the table on 38 points. Last season, by contrast, we got 47 points, so we're already nearly there. I'd say we're nearly safe. But now, only the small matter of the semi-final first leg of the League Cup. Now, it would be 80 years, 79 years, I think it is, since we last made the final of this competition. So hopefully we can get some goals and get into that final, and that will make everybody a little bit happier. I don't know really what that sentence was, but yes, let's go. So we're going to treat the Swindon Liverpool game in midweek as a bit of a less of a priority. This is our priority, hence we're playing our top team, and the best team as we can possibly play at the moment. Go out there and pull off an upset, even though they're shit and we're good. Their last game they got beat quite badly by someone who's fairly mid-table, and we beat Chelsea. So we should theoretically win this. Based on form as well, we should win. Although I do believe we drew 0-0 with them in the league not too long ago. So they're a fairly robust outfit against us, at least. But let's see. We might be lucky. We might be able to get ourselves a win. It would be good to escape from this first leg not behind. Basically, I don't. Having just said we should beat them and score lots of goals. What a finish from Gaynor. Absolutely sensational strike. Okay, so, we've scored at least. But my point being that I have more confidence in us winning at home, even though we're on a pretty good run away from home. Chelsea, the game against Chelsea was at Stamford Bridge, for example. I have more confidence in us to do the job at home. That said, obviously, if we can win this game, that's no problem at all. I just don't really want to lose the first leg and have to be chasing in the second. Great play from Borgo there. I'm doing some transfer activity because you'll have noticed, it's kind of logical that we are in the middle of January. Wilmot, what's he going to do? Poor. So in addition to signing big Mr. Coote, who's on the bench, we sold Boas. We talked about that last time. And we are also Liverpool paid us £375,000, strange way of putting it, £375,000 to take Felix Krohn on loan until the end of the season with an option to buy for £3.5 million. Considering I think I signed him for free, that's not a bad bit of business. We may keep him, but if they take him and decide to buy him, then that's also cool. Alkvist, great finish, slips it under the keeper. Look at that. Yes, please. 2-0 up. Norwich City 0. Swindon't. So Krohn is out the door until the end of the season. There are some teams interested in Gaynor, although I'm not desperate to sell, but I think I mentioned it in a video not too long ago. He's 29, and if people are still willing to pay good money for him, I might cash in on him. If not now, then definitely in the summer. I think he's probably going to move on. So we'll see what offers we get there. I'm in a bidding war with Chelsea, or rather, we've both offered a contract to a quite impressive young Swiss centre back. Alkvist could have had a third goal for Swindon. Welsh on the counter now. Good interception by Gillich. Lovely stuff. Crawford again, that guy that I thought was my old Colin Crawford, but he can't be because that guy must be about 45 by now. Lovely bit of play. Nice. Okay, so we nearly had another one there. That's very good. Ortega is another player who's attracting lots of interest, particularly from Western Supermare, who are having an absolutely nightmarish season. What's happening here with Gilic? No, he's okay. Yeah, so like I said, we're in a we and Chelsea have offered contracts to a young Swiss centre back from Basel. The problem with the fact that Chelsea are also interested means that the price is a little bit inflated for possibly how good he is. It would be about £1.1 million, 1.2 million, I think maybe, to get him in. And he's predicted, according to the scouts, to end up being better than Brookfield, who is supposedly our best centre back. So that's fine. And if he even gets close to that, that means we'll probably end up being able to make some money off of him. The other players that we're in for, I found an excellent young right winger at FC San Pauli in the Bundesliga, but unfortunately he's something like 19, and they absolutely love him. So he's already worth 2.2 million. I offered them 2.5, and they just flat out refused. And the scout report says that the player would be willing to join, but the club is not likely to let him leave. So unfortunately that means we're probably not going to get him this right now. Doesn't mean that we can't get him at all in the future. We might well be able to do that. I'll keep my eye on him for sure. And there was someone else, I think, as well. There was there's a left winger. So this is one of the reasons why I think Gaynor, if someone comes in with a good bid for Gaynor, we could get rid of him, because there's a nice Italian midfielder who I have been made aware of, and I may bring him in if we do lose Gaynor, using some of the money to reinvest. Shehu now, what's he going to do? He's cut back Olkvist to Novotny. Interesting effort there. Wilmot is come off injured. Let's not risk him. Let's bring on Coote. Because we don't want Wilmot injured, especially not now that we're looking fairly comfortable. Novotny now. Riedel. Oh, Riedel scores again. Oh no, Roussel scored an own goal, but that's Riedel for possibly the third or fourth, or maybe even, it's something like his third goal in 5 or 6 games. He's having a purple patch for him at least. I mean, that was going in anyway, in my opinion. But yeah, great. So 3-0 up. Fairly comfortable at this stage. I'm not sure why we didn't do this in the league, but whatever. I think I dropped a couple of players. I think I played a slightly second string side when we played them in the league. So maybe that's partly to blame. Mr. Coote now. What's he going to do? Nothing. And I feel like there was another player that I was in for, or at least sort of looking at. I've been looking mainly for right wingers, as I mentioned in the last video. Danels, I've realised, even though he has a right midfield, he can play right midfield. He's not good at it. His skill set doesn't really match the position. He's too slow, basically. And so I'm trying to find a backup right winger. So we'll see how we go on that one. Novotny back to Johansson. Very, very nice. Also, interestingly, we've got a goalkeeper. I don't remember if I mentioned at the beginning in the beginning season review video. But we sent a goalkeeper off on loan to Bayern Munich. He's 18, Turk, German. He's doing very well. He's looking pretty tasty. He apparently rejected a contract offer, but I don't remember making him a contract offer. So we'll have to see exactly what that means. Hopefully the game isn't bugged out. I do hope he will come back at the end of the season and not just sort of have been bugged. Like I said, it happened before. I had a player who crossbar. I had a player once who spent something like 10 years on loan at Real Sociedad because his loan just couldn't ever finish. No, they couldn't buy him off me, and even though I wanted him to, they didn't. They just they would offer to buy him, it would never go through. But then he also just wouldn't come back either. So I don't know. And it wasn't like a kind of he refused to come back. It just didn't. He just didn't come back. It was as if he was renewing his loan every season, which he wasn't. So yeah, that was fun. Coote scores 4-0. We're definitely into the League Cup final now. We just need to find out who it's against. Hopefully Chelsea, because we've got a track record of beating Chelsea. Although we did draw with Man City as well this season. This is good. Oh, goodness me, we're taking some injuries, though. Olkvist is coming off. Novotny's injured. Gilic is also pretty tired. Okay, so the Liverpool game is going to be basically whoever can stand is playing. Novotny, Ruben. What would be good, speaking of the injury crisis we're being thrown into by Norwich, if we can get another one, what we could then do is basically discount the second leg and give the players a rest when we come to that game. Trouble is, we obviously still have to play Liverpool in between those games, and that stupid replay. Oh God! I mean, if we hadn't drawn with Sheffield Wednesday, Shefwed, we'd have been all right. Pecanino, Kalinic to Tavares. It's a shame that away goals don't count in the two-legged tie in the League Cup. So yeah, that is. Oh, hello, Stefan Biera. So that is a shame, because then we would literally be in an unassailable position. Literally, pretty much. So yeah, nice play from Novotny. I'm a big fan of Novotny. He's doing very well. Brookfield, there's touch of an offender. Good stuff. 4-0 win. Absolutely sensational. Good win, boys. Well done. Hopefully not all of those injuries that we've sustained there are long-standing and bad ones, like that one. Okay, so 2 to 3 weeks is fine. 5 to 7 days. Okay, so that's good. So we'll have some players back. Not for the Liverpool game, but for the one afterwards. I can't see them getting back. Well, that's a bit crazy. Philip had a good game. He's been in excellent form. Finally sort of looking like the man. Wow, Norwich have a Belarusian manager. Cool. Dedyush. He's Dedyush. Shut up. So, Lund. He's not that good. This is the guy who I was saying is a good left midfielder, Perfetti. He's not worth 7 million now, I don't think, so I'm just going to straight out withdraw from that. I keep getting told about this guy, who they're bidding like £8 million for him, and I'm not going to do that, so don't worry, Sam, watching this, pulling your hair out, I imagine. Now, we are playing the 14th place Liverpool. I also noticed this thing here comes up. It changes the. It's disappeared. So Walter Paul is the guy at St. Pauli who I'm convinced is going to be good. They think he's going to be a leading winger better than Shehu, but I'm not going to be able to get him for less than 10. Yeah, probably. Liverpool want Olkvist. I'll say I'll only sell him for the right price. He's injured at the moment. They won't be able to buy him. Rui Costa. Oh, he's actually our player. Okay, interesting. Didn't realise we had a player called Rui Costa. What's that, Luis guy? Yeah, 8 million. It's ridiculous. I wanted to just show you that player that's on loan at Bayern, but I can't see him. Where was it? I've probably gone past it. Bayern Munich. No, okay, so he's gone. Fine, doesn't matter. So now my thoughts. Oh, so this will be an interesting one to watch. And I was saying here, Liverpool have a lower wage bill than Forest Green Rovers. Okay, finally balanced. Okay. Yeah, they have a lower wage bill than, I think, Leicester, Wolves and Forest Green Rovers. So Liverpool are clearly in hard times at the moment. Western-super-Mare are also seemingly sort of slowly reverting to their previous position. They have quite a low wage budget in the league. I mean, obviously, I think we're probably the lowest, or if not the lowest, we're the second or third lowest. So Western-super-Mare seem to be sort of slowly going backwards. They're only filling their ground 80%, which is a shame. But I guess there's only 4, 5, 6 spots at the top, and they can't always have them. They did get into Europe this season, though, after having dropped out of it the season before. So maybe it's the case that their squad isn't big enough to handle European competition as well as everything else. We'll see. I guess I hope the Western don't just sort of start to tumble back down the leagues. Everton, we've already seen, and I mentioned in the last video, they went down and they haven't come back, or they did come back once and then they went back down again, and they're not coming back anytime soon. Slumming it with Boston United and Southend United in the Championship. Like big clubs like Nottingham Forest, who are in danger of relegation from League Two. So it's a strange world, the 2040s, the late 2040s. Stuttgarter Kickers, Paul Tribal signs a new 2-year deal. Lovely stuff. Now then, they're asking us how much we'd want. He's worth 3.1 million. He is good. Let's say... Oh, so I've already put... I'm going to say £11 million. That's not crazy. We're a Premier League side, and so are you, Liverpool. So you can have him. He's been pretty good this season. I shouldn't be so willing to negotiate him away. But we did just sign Coot, and oh my god, that clicking noise that you're hearing periodically is my screen falling off of the broken part of my screen. Because I'm sort of sitting in a different position as I was than when I was recording the last video, and therefore, yeah. This fella was a weird one as well, right? So QPR in the Championship offered around this 29-year-old winger, Jason Williams, who they'd signed for 40k just this summer. And the teams that were interested in him were West Ham, some like obscure Belgian team, and Real Madrid. Really, really weird. And clearly he's picked West Ham, yeah, which is a smart decision. Anyway. Right. Oh my god, hang on, what? Oh, the muggy chairman has just accepted the bid for... How much do I care? He doesn't even want to. Okay, well, piss off then. I mean, so that was not pleasant. He was born in 2020. He's not even alive in real life. I mean, he's not even real, but he's not even alive. If the fucking chairman sells... Dickhead. What? Why would you do that? We're 5th in the league. We're basically in the League Cup final, and you're selling off, and he's injured, so he won't be able to sign. If they make the bid, if he signs the papers, he'll fail his medical. Everything's stupid. Well, anyway, we've got Jürgen Becken and Roy Coot in backup. But I'm still pretty. I mean, to be fair, if we make 12 million quid off of our two backup strikers during January, that's not bad. Bearing in mind this is Football Manager 12 and not the real life. Okay, so this is the guy, 1.2 million, David Huber, 17 years of age. They say he's going to be better than Neil Brookfield. Is he even in that list? I swear I go completely madly... Yeah, no, he's not actually in that list. Weird. Anyway, so they think he's going to be better than him. I think that's probably true. I'm going to say yes to him. Get him in the van. Put him in the under 18s. Good lad. It's too good to turn down, he says, having rejected Chelsea. Blah. Did I just put him in the reserves? Whoops. That's not good. There isn't a reserve squad. There we go, lad. Right. Swindon are favourites for the Liverpool clash. They've only won 1 of their last 5 games. Everyone knows that we have to keep working hard. I hope we'll stick with him. It's going to be a struggle, but I think we can play on top. I used to say, of course they've got a chance, because like if you just read that first bit, it feels like what you're saying. No, if you read the whole thing as a complete sentence, it actually seems like you're saying. It seems like the most reasonable thing to say. You're like, well, yeah, of course they've got a chance, but Football Manager takes it to mean, I expect my team will lose. Which is stupid. So you have to say the other option, which is can't remember exactly how it's worded, but basically they're good but we're better. Because I said it a few times and then my score were like, what was wrong, boss? Why don't you trust us? Like, shut up, you idiots. I've only got 5 generic responses to every bloody answer, every question I get asked. Mr. Robot Boss. Thank you. Oh, Arsenal. Is that their first loss of the season? No, it's not. It's their 4th. In fact, Man United. How far off we are the top? Well, we're plenty far. We're plenty far off top. Oh God, this is a long video. Mainly menus. There is an hour-long upload, didn't we? Put that one that me and Sam did together is an hour long, rather than the usual sort of between 30 and 40 minutes. So that was fun for you if you listened. Oh my god, process faster. Oh, well, whatever. Nearly there now. Sabag wants to leave. Luis has gone to Osasuna for 8 million. That's an insane amount of money. The fans of Basel are upset but sympathetic. Quite why anyone from any sort of respectable is he free? No, he's not that good. He's all right, but he's not that good. Right. Anyway, let's go to him. I'm pleased to offer him. Rather susceptible to injury. I have no fitness worries. He's available. He will definitely not be coming into play. Why would you ask those two questions? Will you put him straight into the starting lineup? Also, is he one for the future? Mug. Absolute bloody fools. Right. Home game against a poor Liverpool, who I guess if we win, they must sort of be close to the relegation. I mean, it said they were bad words. Jesus. It said they were in 16th position in that last little thing there. So I guess if we beat them, they'll stay down in 16th. Could Liverpool go down this season? Where are they? Whoa, that's a nasty looking table. Liverpool and Western-super-Mare down there within 2 points of the relegation zone, the Relegelly zone. Roy Coote is about to make his league debut, having already scored 2 goals in 2 different cup competitions for us. Go out there and impress. This is only Liverpool. Boys, it's Liverpool, said the Swindon manager. McAllister crosses. Riedel, that's the same position where he scored against Chelsea after 3 minutes. It was great ball straight across the goal into the corner of the net. Lovely stuff. Waterman, he sounds delightfully painful. I mean, delightfully intimidating is what I was thinking in my head. It's not what I said, though. Jankovic, up to Pedrinho, the smaller Pedro. Johansson, he saves. Borgo now. Borgo to Brookfield. McAllister to Gillich. Gillich up to Coote, who I'm not a fan of his name. Coote. Borgo to Gillich. Oh, he tries to curl it into the near post, but doesn't. Like the fool he is. Roy Coote. McAllister crosses. Brookfield. Oh. Ortega now. Shehu. Okay. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the name Coote. It seems sort of like a onomatopoeic word that they'd use in a comic book, like for a punching noise, like Coot. And I don't like it, so I might change his name. Although I don't really think that Roy is a great nickname either. Go on, Roy. Actually, that is quite good. Okay, I was going to say if he scores, then I'll do it, but I'm just going to do it anyway. How do I do it? Tactics. Roy Coote, interaction, set nickname. Roy. Go on, Roy. Did it work? Yes, it did. Go on, Roy. That was loud. Apologies. The mid-game nickname doesn't usually do well for us. Oh, I'm enjoying that. It's tickled me. I don't know why. Shehu, McAllister, Ortega, big ball up to Gillich. Gillich to Roy. Never going to not be able to say that like that now. Oh, dear. Oh, Kipre. Yeah. Ruined my fun with laughing about my new striker's name. Go on, Roy. Get a goal back. It's not funny. We're losing 1-0. This is serious. These guys are shit, lads. Come on. McAllister. Big ball in. Brookfield heads over. We lost. Was it earlier this season we lost to them? Away, and I think we lost because they sold their best striker to Arsenal. The guy who was useless but scored a hat-trick against us. Arsenal bought him for some ridiculous amount of money. Lloyd Wilmot. Wow. Where are we doing badly now? Ortega's not doing great. But then no one is. Okay. Borgo to Roy. Roy. Borgo, McAllister. McAllister, Gillich. Roy. Oh, he doesn't. And then they didn't. Oh, and then that. Oh, no. What's happening? It's the same team that just battered Norwich. Come on. Except for with Roy up front instead of Olgfist. It's a shame he's injured for this game because it would have been quite nice to have him play his final game for us against the team that he's about to join. And then he could have scored and it would have been funny. McAllister, though, out to Ortega. Wilmot heads it down. Surely was offside, but no, never mind. Ball played through to Waterman. Now, come on, Borgo. Roy. McAllister. Gillich. Big Wilmot. Oh, doesn't get there. Borgo does. Into Shehu doesn't. Shehu hasn't scored for a while since we mocked his signing of a new contract and goal bonus. He's yet to score since then. Gillich, again, wasteful. Okay, so we're going to have to do something after then. Right, Waterman. Waterman with a big kick up to Pedrinho. Riedel, nice. Zola to Pasta. Pasta Espinola. He hits it over the bar. 1-0 at half time, it seems. Je suis okay, I was going to say je suis disappoint. That nearly made it even more disappoint. No, good. Okay. Tom Turner, the referee. Assertive. Show me something else in the second half. You weren't that bad. You weren't that bad. Now, come on. You weren't that bad. Who was playing poorly? It's Borgo is playing badly. And Roy, ever since he's been given his nickname, he's not been anywhere near the player he once was a game ago. Come on. This is always what happens. Whenever I play against a team who are a big club who have good players but are struggling against everyone else, when they play me, it just seems that the form that they've been in is just completely irrelevant. Okay, so Howard comes across like that. We're going to take off Roy. I'm going to bring on Jürgen Becken and Gaynor for... Oh, dear, where's... Oh, yeah, he got injured, didn't he? Okay, no, well, we'll leave Gaynor in for a bit then. Maybe bring on Luginio for a bit later on. But hopefully Jürgen Becken can come in and not Pasta Man. Okay, Johansson. Howard to Shehu. Shehu's ball to Becken. He scores but is offside. He either is offside or hits the bar. That's his thing. Well, thanks Becken. That's nice. Oh, we're having another one straight away. Gillich. Great. Shehu. Nice. McAllister. Howard. Gillich. Oh, yeah, that's what we're... Yep. Igor Pastva. Right, now... Okay. Didn't even get the free kick, so thanks for the highlight, lads. Oh, man. This is pathetic. Come on, Howard. Wilmot. Just slip it through. Becken's fucking retarded touch. Okay, well, anyway, he did bring a sensational save out, but he could have made that so much easier for himself if he just tapped it towards goal. Brookfield's goal! Oh, man. I don't think I've ever seen it. I don't think I've ever seen it be closer than not go in. Oh. Dang. Okay, Luisinho is going to come on for Gaynor. Hopefully the wee Brazilian lad can get himself an impressive performance because he's been mostly uninspiring since signing for us. Kipre, get off the pitch. Thank you. At least you're having the dignity and class to walk at the same speed as a physio, unlike the player that we had off the other week, who the other video who walked off far quicker than the physio did. Waterman, big kick. Brookfield, Morris. Pathetic. Why did you even show us that? Come on, game. We're all people. We have lives to live. We don't have time to watch. Okay, right. Well, this is frustrating, and I don't think I put on my best face when I'm frustrated. That said, Espinola, Ferns, puts it into the middle. He doesn't score, thank God. Get off, Beck. Oh, great double save from Jansson, very nice. But Beck in there, putting us in danger. Zola is surely going to score that one. No, okay. That seemed to be the same section of free kickage where we conceded against someone or other the other week. McAllister crosses Riedel at the back post. Come on, we can at least get a draw. Ortega up to Becken, doesn't get there. Ortega up to Gillich. McAllister, Wilmot. Goes round one, goes round two. Save from Waterman, who I mocked for having a pathetic name. And now we're being crap. It is karma. Musa Fall. I think actually Musa Fall is a player I used to have at one of my former clubs, and bloody Liverpool have beaten us at home. Well, yeah, their goalkeeper, man of the match, bloody Lewis Waterman. Well, that's annoying. Okay, so that's brought Liverpool up to... I don't even care. Olgqvist has just signed for the team that beat us for £6.5 million. So we've lost our backup striker. Yeah, well done. I'm not going to say anything. Sometimes, yeah, Lewis was impressive. He was for an old man. So that means we are where? I'm not satisfied. I just pressed the wrong button. They're in a weird. Could have been in 41. Could have been typing distance in the Champions League. Anyway, I'll see you. I'm going to play the third round of the FA Cup off camera because balls to that, and then we'll be back for the Arsenal Norwich games. See you in a bit, guys. Bye.